to a strange episode. There's been a lot of them lately, of Tea and Talk Time. I'm Nana, broadcasting from Nana's Place on Twitch TV. It's going to be a hodgepodge of stuff today. You know, they can only see your ears, Boots. They can't see the whole thing, so. Oh, that was something. There was a big boom out there. Don't know why. Okay, she moved, so you don't need to see all of that. Well, one of the things I was going to do today is organize my space here, trying to get it more productive. I did remember to drink some tea with my favorite person, Buckeye Breeze and me. That was the very first episode of Tea and Talk Time that we did. Way back 5 years ago, I think. He helped me get it set up. I told him what I wanted to do, and he helped me get it all set up and organized and helped make a banner, and we did all the fancy stuff, and now it's just turn on the mic and hit record and go. But even then, there's a lot of stuff that he sets up for me, making sure this is turned on and this is at this and this is within this range, and you know, different things. Okay, stream health looks good. Doesn't look wonky or anything. In my last episode, which you might not have seen if you only see the stuff on Twitch, you go to my YouTube channel. The last episode I did, I recorded it on my phone from my car when I was waiting for my sister. And then we were going to pick up another lady and go meet with a bunch of ladies. And I took the opportunity there to try out my Gidgy Gadget, as I called it, which I should probably get. But it, you put your phone in it, and then it telescopes, and you can set it. It's like a wand, and you can angle it and use that to do some recording. So I did that, and I recorded. And in the course of that, I mentioned that I'm supposed to look up damselfly, blue jay, and squirrel. So let's look up. It was blue jay that caught my attention first, and I use Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. He has a whole slew of other books. I don't know what's still in print and stuff, because this was a good 13 years ago. I'm sure it's still out there, but this is what I use. I used to, before I came across this gentleman, I think it was a website. I was on MySpace before I came onto Facebook. And on MySpace, there was an individual there who did all kinds of animal readings. She had a whole slew of what the different animals meant, and you could actually ask her questions about certain things, and she would, you know, give you even more insight. So that was pretty good, and I believe it was called Animal Spirits. And I believe they had a website, animalspirits.com. Not positive. I'll have to look into that and let you know for sure. So anyway, between that and other places you could go and probably find interesting interpretations. A lot of times, you know, just start off by what you feel. When you see something, let's say spider. Buckeye hates spiders. Okay, what's your immediate reaction? Fear. Okay. Why are you afraid of it? It intimidates you. It threatens you. Okay, take it a step further. And you can get messages that way by discerning what it is about that animal that caught your attention, whether it's out of fear or love or curiosity or whatever. And then use that as your message. Okay, spider intimidates me. All right, so what do you need to do in order to not feel intimidated? That's the reverse. You're either being intimidated or you're overcoming intimidation. See what I mean? There's two sides to every coin. So try to see the whole picture and see which one resonates with you. And what you are doing is you are exercising that muscle that helps you learn to discern and understand what's coming through and getting past yourself, stepping away from your own ego and insecurities and feebles and foibles. And, seeing something objectively so you can get the truth behind it, not warped through your own filters, not warped through your own rose-colored glasses, whatever. You need to take the glasses off and take a look at it and say, oh, okay. So let's see what Blue Jay had to say to me. Okay, those are the animals. We need birds, animals, birds. And there's Robin. Sparrow. B comes before R. So I'm just going to figure out the highlights here because some of this stuff is, 3-4 pages long. Come on. Eagle. I put eagle on my hat. Can you tell? It's one of my favorite birds. Bluebird. According to Ted Andrews, keynote of Bluebird is modesty, unassuming confidence, and happiness. I like that part. Cycle of power is winter and summer, changes of seasons. That's exactly what we're in right now. This is September 7th. So we're real close to the solstice here. That's interesting. Let's see. Although once common, they're now quite rare. It's a native bird of North America. This often is a reminder that we are born to happiness and fulfillment, but we sometimes get so lost and wrapped up in the everyday events of our lives that our happiness and fulfillment seems rare. When Bluebird shows up as a totem, it should first of all remind you to take time to enjoy yourself. That's interesting because that's part of what my message yesterday was. Not yesterday, it was Thursday, so 2 or 3 days ago. Take time for yourself. Once a month, go see somebody, go visit somebody, go do something. Don't let yourself become isolated. But also, look around. Enjoy where you are. What's going on? Stuff like that. Let's see. All right, to the Cherokees, blue is the color of the North, while in many magical traditions, it's the color of the East. The edges of many Jewish prayer shawls were often the color of blue. Blue is associated with the throat chakra and creative expression. Blue is symbolic, so ask yourself what blue means to you personally. To me, blue is also the color of communication. That's the throat chakra, the color of the throat chakra. So it's communication. So either be careful what you're saying because there is power in words, or there's a communication coming through, or something along those lines. Let's see. This bird always has a plaintive song and a modest, unassuming appearance. Its shoulders are hunched up when perched, giving an impression as if ready to dive. This can be symbolic of the need to work hard and play hard. Are you trying to shoulder too much responsibility? There's all kinds of... I want to know the black markings. It seemed to me that they were significant of something. But I'm not seeing it right here. They're part of the thrush family. The males are entirely blue, while the females are blue only in the wings. Yeah, I'm not seeing it right now, so I don't know where it was that I picked up on that. So, what do I think it was talking about? It was the happiness thing. It was the unassuming confidence and happiness. Unassuming confidence is, you know, so you don't have to boast about it. You don't have to brag about it. You don't have to shove it down anybody else's throat. It's like a wolf. Oh, that's a good example. I took a picture of Wolf, Wyatt, at the zoo, and he had just gotten out of the water, and he's dripping wet. Does he care? Does it change who he is? No. But he doesn't have to broadcast it. He doesn't have to talk about it. He is what he is. Unassuming is, you know, you don't have to shout or, you know, blow a trumpet or shout to the rooftops or whatever. You know. Isn't that all that matters? Is that you know, that you're aware? So I'm going to say that that's what it is. The unassuming confidence and happiness. Remind you to take time to enjoy yourself. Because it was the same day I did the reading. I did the episode where I'm in the car and talking about this stuff. And had no clue at the time, other than I knew Blue Jay had a message. Damselfly has a message. Now, I'm not quite sure where, excuse me, that's going to show up in here. I took some vitamins, and they tend to give me heartburn, aftertaste, you know, whatever. So excuse me for burping. I'll probably do it again. So let's see. Spider. We were talking about spider. Okay. Ant, bee, butterfly, beetle, dragonfly, and damselfly. How about that? Keynote, the power of light. You can't sit on my lap right now. I'm kind of busy. The cat's, well, yeah, you can see her. She's sitting there staring at me. Dragonflies and damselflies are very ancient, with estimates of having been around for over 180 million years. You want to talk ancient wisdom. They have a beautiful jewel-like coloring. Oh, they're gorgeous. You're gorgeous too. Can you get over there? Does that help? What? She wants me to... Okay. If I can get at it. We usually sit here. Well, give me a minute. She comes in and she likes to spread out across my lap, but this blanket has to be across my lap first. And then she'll get comfortable. Okay, okay. Get comfortable. Yeah. Yeah. Shall I read to you? I'll read to you. Okay. They have beautiful jewel-like coloring. Yeah. The bright colors take time to develop, reflecting the idea that with maturity, our own true colors come forth. It's part of dragonfly medicine. So it appears that dragonfly and damselfly have the same medicine in places. They're always found around water. There must be expressions of the emotional and the mental together. Okay, how many pages are we going to have here? They reflect work with the sun and light. The light changes throughout the day, and they undergo their own transformation. If they've shown up, look for change to occur. Ooh, are you resisting change when you shouldn't? Dragonflies remind us that we are light and can reflect the light in powerful ways if we choose to do so. Let there be light is the divine prompting to use the creative imagination as a force within your life. This is part of what dragonflies and damselflies teach us. Life is never quite the way it appears, but it is always filled with light and color. Dragonfly can help you to see through your illusions and thus allow your own light to shine forth. Dragonfly brings the brightness of transformation and the wonder of colorful new visions. Well, that was encouraging. I like the sounds of that. Okay, squirrel. Activity and preparedness. That pretty, you know, that the image that comes to your mind of a squirrel, that'll do it. Year round is their cycle of power. Let's see. There's two main types of squirrels, the gray and the red. There's also the flying squirrel, which does not really fly. Red is mostly in the forest. Gray is most common and most enthusiastic. It does not hibernate. Builds its nest in the hollows of trees or in treetops. All squirrels can be quite sociable. They wrestle for play and they are extremely observant and imitative. Well, I think right there is why squirrel popped up. Because at the time I was talking about being sociable. I was talking about being social. Not allowing yourself to retreat. And, you know, when we get overwrought, when we get upset, when we get emotional, we tend to stop doing things. And if you don't consciously make a point to continue to go places and do things, even if you're forcing yourself just to go visit family or go to church or, you know, something, you can find yourself all of a sudden very alone because you have removed yourself from the picture. You need to exercise that social muscle, especially in the type of environment we live in today with all the gizmos and gadgets, the tablets and phones and, you know, games. You know, it's you and a artificial intelligence, and it's like you got to be careful with that because you are losing the ability to talk to somebody, to express your views and opinions in a cohesive, coherent way, to engage in a conversation where, you know, you're sharing your point of view and listening to somebody else's point of view, and who knows, you might learn something. Your point of view might shift a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. It means you're learning and you're growing. And just on the very base part is that energy of social exchange is beneficial for you, at the very least mentally. I've been because of my chronic condition, I see a not a psychiatrist, although when I was on medicine I saw a psychiatrist as well. See, the words disappear. Psychologist. I see a counselor. Just put it that way. I see a counselor because I get overwhelmed very easily because I'm constantly dealing with the same issues over and over and over again because of my chronic illness. And sometimes I get overwhelmed to the point where, you know, it's very discouraging, very isolating. And seeing a counselor reminds me of, okay, now remember, when you get like this, you need to do this. Reminding me of the tools that they give me. Like, my favorite one to share is that today's 100% isn't going to look like yesterday's 100% or tomorrow's 100%. Because with chronic fatigue, you've only got X amount of energy. And today, you might have this amount of extra energy. Not extra, just plain energy, period. Yesterday, it might have been this much. Tomorrow, it might be that much. But it's never full. So I have to adjust my perceptions and my perspective and realize that today's 100% looks like this. Might not look like anything to anybody else, but hey, I did this. I got up, I got dressed, I got something to eat, I took care of the dog, I did this. That's a lot for me. But I wasn't able to get a shower. I didn't have enough energy for that. I wasn't able to cook. I didn't have enough energy for that. I wasn't able to call somebody and talk to somebody. I didn't have the energy for that. This is what I go through every day. How much energy? And it's not always on a conscious level. Just checking to make sure nobody's in the backyard. Anyway, so that's why I see a counselor. To remind me of these things, to help me when things get really bad. And also to deal with the core issues of why I've got fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. We're peeling an onion. We've gotten past the outer layers. We're delving deeper. It's a little scary for me, but oh well. Something else that I wanted to try to do, and I don't know if it's going to mess with anything. Probably will, knowing me. I've been wanting to do readings, and I want to show what my readings are. You know, the cards, the layout, the pictures on the cards are, you know, like I use an angel deck, and I forget who it is that does it, and the pictures are just absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, and I don't have a second camera. Well, it so that I can focus one camera on the layout of what I'm doing, and then the other camera is me if you're interested in seeing my reactions and stuff. So I recently discovered how to have another image on the screen when I shared the videos of Tramp. So I want to see I don't know if I plugged that in the right one. Oh well, we'll find out. I want to see if I can use my phone. Because duh, there's a camera in my phone. So I want to see if I can hook it up and get it showing. But I think I've kind of got a whole episode here, so I may go offline to do that. But I did want to show you, I was talking about animal totems and what they mean. So I want to show you Jamie Sam's, I don't know if it still looks like this, but this is an older version, medicine cards. Okay, let's, how do we get it to look? There we go. Jamie Sam's medicine cards. And it's got cards and it has a book. And you go by the instructions and it will teach you what your animal guides are. At least your initial 5, I think. And then you determine 2 of them. And then with some Native American traditions, you have more than 5. And the ones that you determine, these ones are supposed to be the ones that are your lifelong totems. And you can have 1 to hundreds. So I accept them all. And you can have ones that come just for a certain event, or just for a certain day, or just a certain circumstance, or just to help you work through, you know, something that's going on at that time. And then, you know, they share their medicine, which is spirit, what they know and what you can learn from and what can help guide you, and then they move on. And I believe it's the same way with guardian angels. You have at least one. It's in the Bible. I read it. I spent 3 days one time. I started with the Gospels, went all the way to the end, and then I went to the beginning and went all the way through it again. And there was all kinds of light bulbs going off. So yes, we all have a guardian angel. Thank you, guardian angel, for all the stuff you've helped me overcome. We all have guardian angels. I believe we have more than one. I believe that they also come and go as needed. You know, we tie our own hands. Oh, well, that's impossible. Well, we can't do that. Well, this. Well, that. Well, God wouldn't do this. Well, God can't do that. Excuse me. In my opinion, God created the world. Why couldn't he do something else? If the devil does something, God can do it 100% better. Okay? That's my belief. Getting off track again. So anyway, yes. Medicine from animals. If you also want to know a little bit more about your path, again, Jamie Sams. These are Sacred Path cards. Aha! That you can do readings with. And, you know, find out more about what's going on in your life. It's all tools to help you maneuver through life, to give you insight and inspiration and confidence and tools to help, you know, and also help you exercise your own spiritual muscle, your own inner guidance, whether you believe, you know, out there, you only believe here. Well, here needs some help. That muscle needs to be exercised. So anyway, I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to work on seeing if I can get another camera going to see if I can do a reading. And if I can, I'll come back and I'll do a reading. So we'll leave it there with this, but at least I answered some questions that came up in a couple other readings. And we'll take it from there. And I'm always interested in your feedback. Somebody wants to know, hey, can you rap about burgers? No. Ain't a rapper. I don't understand. Anyway, I'll come back in a bit, hopefully. And maybe I'll come back anyway. But let's see if I can get this going. So for now, we'll just leave it at that. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I'm procrastinating and avoiding. Hopefully you have a good day doing whatever you're doing, whether you're procrastinating and avoiding or you're actually doing things. I hope it's a good one for you. So until the next time we get together, you take care and God bless.